Hello, everyone. My name is Tina. Welcome to Little Chapel of Faith Catholic Ministries. I am here with our reading from the Diary of St Faustina. We read we read every day a little bit until we get to the end. I do on our YouTube channel have a playlist just for this. So if you want to start from the beginning and you want to kind of catch up, you can. If you want to just continue on from where you started when you joined, or whatever the case may be, you can just do that. There are some videos in there from the nuns that belong, I think, to the um, order that she was in. And they tell some wonderful, they kind of add to the book. So it's they're very, very interesting, very, very soft spoken. So if you have a chance to read those are also on that playlist that you can enjoy as well. So we are going to begin where we left off yesterday. Pure love never errs. Its light is strangely plentiful. It will not do anything that might displease God. It is ingenuous, and doing what is more pleasing to God, and no one will equal it. It is happy when it can empty itself and burn like a pure offering. The more it gives of itself, the happier it is. But also, no one can sense dangers from afar as can love. It knows how to unmask and also knows with whom it has to deal. But my torments are coming to an end. The Lord is giving me the promised help. I can see it in two priests, namely Father Andras and Father Sopko. During the retreat before my perpetual vows, I was set completely at peace for the first time by Father Andras, and afterwards I was led in the same direction by Father Sopko. This was the fulfillment of the Lord's promise. When I set at a pace and taught how to follow God's paths, my spirits rejoiced in the Lord, and it seemed to me that I was running, not walking. My wings were spread for flight. I soared into the very heat of the sun, and I will not descend until I rest in Him, in whom my soul has lost itself forever. And I subjected myself totally to the actions of grace. God stoops very low to my soul. I do not draw back, nor do I resist Him, but I lose myself. In Him, my only treasure, I am one with the Lord. It is as if the gulf between us, Creator and creature, disappears. For a few days, my soul was in a state of continuous ecstasy. God's presence did not leave me for a single moment, and my soul remained in a continuous loving union with the Lord. But this is no way interfered with the performance of my duties. I felt I was transformed into love. I was all afire, but without being burned up. I lost myself in God unceasingly. God drew me to Himself so strongly and powerfully that sometimes I was not aware of being on earth. I impeded and feared God's grace for so long, and now God Himself, through Father Andras, has removed the difficulties. My spirit has been turned towards the sun and has blossomed into His rays for Him alone. I understand no more. The silence breaks off here and begins a completely new thought in the next line. I have wasted many of God's graces because I was always afraid of being deluded. God drew me into Himself so powerfully that often it was not in my power to resist. And not in my power to resist His grace. I apologize. When I suddenly immersed in Him. At these moments, Jesus filled me with such peace that later on, even when I tried to become uneasy, I could not do so. And then I heard these words in my soul. In order that you may be assured that it is I who am demanding all these things of you, I will give you such profound peace that even if you wanted to feel troubled and frightened, it would not be in your power to do so today, but love will flood your soul to the point of self-oblivion. Later, Jesus gave me another priest, Father Sopoko, before whom He ordered to reveal my soul. At first, I did so with a bit of hesitation, but of a severe reprimand from Jesus, brought about by deep humility within my soul. Under His direction, my soul made quick progress in the love of God, and many wishes of the Lord were carried out externally. Many a time have I been astounded at His courage and His profound humility. Oh, how I watch! Oh, how wretched my soul is for having wasted so many graces. I am running away from God, and He pursued me with His graces. I most often experience God's graces when I least expected them. From the moment He gave me spiritual director. I have been more faithful to grace. Thanks to the director and his watchfulness over my soul, I have learned what guidance means and how Jesus looks at it. Jesus wanted me of the least fault and stressed that he himself judges the matter that I present to my confessor. And he told me that any transgressions against the confessor touch me, myself. When under his direction, my soul began to experience deep recollection and peace. I often heard these words in my soul: strengthen yourself for combat, repeated over and over at various times. We're going to leave it there. And it seems that she's finally, um, you know, at a place where she's at peace in her mind and her soul. So, like I said, I'm very interested to see where this goes. And if you haven't had a chance to, and if you do have like Amazon Prime, they do have her story on there, and it's quite interesting. Um, you know, it just kind of tells everything. It's kind of in short form, condensed form, but it's interesting if you have a chance to see it. See it. There's a few good movies on there actually. Um, I watched a movie the other night, and it's from 1959, the year I was born. The Nun story, and that was it was a true story about a nun who she wanted to become a nun very badly when she was young, and she went into the convent and everything, and it basically talks about her struggles um, being a nun. It's a big thing, when we I don't know when we see I don't even see many nuns today. I'm not sure who they are, but we were able to kind of know who they were back in the day. Nuns always wore habits, so I know today it's a little, since I've been in my 20s anyway, um, they don't wear, they just dress in plain clothes, so you don't know who they are. But it's not an easy life. It's not when you devote everything. I mean, and this was what she struggled with. She wanted to do things her way, and um, and she struggled with it. I don't want to tell you the end of the story in case you do watch it, but it is called The Nun Story, um, and it gives you kind of an insight as to what it you have to be, or at least for that order anyway. What it means, what you sacrifice, and what you give up, and that's what it's all about. And with the Diary of St Faustina, it seems like with the exception probably of the story that I've watched, Bernadette, but it's like the Lord chose these people with very strong wills and stuff, and I'm not sure why, but I think about that sometime, and I'm like, I wonder, what the reasoning is, or maybe he knew these would be the strong people in faith. I'm not really sure, but I just find it all very interesting as I'm watching these things. So I'm rambling on, and I'm going to let everyone go. But I'll be back later with our saints and our prayer nightly devotions to Blessed Mother and our messages from Jesus. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you're enjoying it. God bless. Be well.